Welcome to Little Coffee Chats with Zach and Kaylee. My name is Zach Mann.
My name is Kaylee Mann.
And we are thrilled you're here with us today in a very special episode.
Yes.
We are going to be doing a traditional episode with a recap as well of the season finale of Vanderpump Rules, which,
woo!
Wow, what a season that was.
It was a great season, and we're going to tell you all about it.
And one of the things about Vanderpump Rules, at least for us from the podcast side, was that we weren't doing video. So we're excited to do some video with the Vanderpump Rules recaps.
Yeah, you can see us in action, and you can see me do terrible accents.
Do you do accents?
I think sometimes when I do Venus, I do just a little bit of a Southern accent. It's not really a big deal, but it's a little bit of a deal.
Wow. Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
But it's like a Texas Southern accent, so it's a little bit more subtle, and he's not been in Texas for a long time.
That's true. Well, you can work on it for season 2 because it's been renewed.
Yes, the brand new cast of Vanderpump Rules, they really pulled through. It's already been renewed for a new season. They filmed a reunion. They have a 2-part reunion coming up. It's getting the proper treatment, and I actually really believe it deserves that because Lisa said it when she was talking to Andy before. It's a part of the preview for the reunion. She's like, it's really pure right now. Right. Everyone is really pure. And that's how we felt going into watching this season, where these people are not trying to self-produce. They're really just being themselves. And it worked out really, really well.
Yeah, I think that the cast honestly hit on almost every single level.
I think so too.
I don't need more people. I don't need less people.
I don't want more people at all. They should just work with exactly what they have right now.
So before we get into the recap of the finale and kind of a recap of the show, we definitely have a lot of things to talk about. Wow. I mean, I don't know where you want to begin. Maybe something more fun, like how awful men are. Just kidding. Love is Blind is kind of a show that stopped being a show about finding actual love and great couples and more about just maybe showcasing the worst people.
Horrors of dating men.
Yeah.
My blanket statement for Love is Blind, current season, the men of Ohio, is that all of my empathy and sympathy in the world goes to women, number one in general, but number two, single women who have to try to date right now. Because it is clear to me that dating right now is not the same as dating 10 years ago.
Yeah.
These guys are looking for husbands, as Paige DeSorbo put it on her podcast. They're looking for mean? Not a life partner.
Oh, they're looking for bros to marry.
They're looking for bros.
They want to marry a bro.
They want to marry a bro. I don't even know what they want from a woman. Genuinely, I'm not really sure. Aside from them to look a very specific way.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. And I wonder where they're getting these ideas.
Well, it's the wrong show to be on for that because Love is Blind.
Yeah, go on Hot or Not, and none of you will be casted on it because none of you are hot enough.
Right.
So,
I think that's
guys. All of the women will be, but none of you guys.
I think
aside from maybe one of the good guys, but sorry, go on.
No, keep going. You have a lot of
I have a lot of emotion about this because I'm like, who are you, you troll-looking leprechaun man, to be mean to this beautiful, successful woman who has worked harder in her whole entire life than you have, and you have the audacity to tell a doctor, a gorgeous doctor, that she's not doing Pilates enough, and you look like that? No. No,
I feel like
absolutely not.
Okay, so I think that I'm not going to take the side of the men here, but I think that what I am witnessing as well is just a very, very poor amount of practice or decorum or tact when it comes to men speaking to women about things like rejection. What I mean by that is these guys are clearly not feeling it with these girls.
Right.
And they don't know how to communicate that without sounding awful. Them being able to say, hey, look, you're a really cool person, but I don't think we're a match. I think we should not be together. It turns into them trying to dictate their lives, say things like exercise more or whatever, right? And I feel like they're trying really hard to not reject them or say that they just don't like them or aren't attracted to them, which is okay. It's a game show,
That's
really.
completely okay.
But they're having a hard time with that, and they don't know how to communicate that. And it's either a generational thing or whatever it is, it's not going over very well. And as we saw, let me just rewind, last season, we had a woman pick a guy who she also was not into physically.
Oh, yeah.
And we kind of attacked her too for how she treated him.
She handled it horribly, but she did it early on enough.
Exactly. No, true. But I think it's just hard to reject someone on camera. And I think that's what you're seeing, as well as these guys also coming across as douchebags. But
all these guys need a lesson from Shane Davis from Vanderpump Rules on how to have an effective breakup with someone, how to be clear and concise.
Yeah.
But I do wonder if it's like a generational thing or if it's like an Ohio thing. It could be an area-based thing where you were saying they don't know how to communicate certain things. I question if women and men are communicating enough, period.
Right.
I think it's a step before that even, where they don't know how to communicate with one another whatsoever. Less so on the women, more so on the men. It's hard to watch.
100%. I agree. Okay. So when they're in the pods and they're talking to each other, I do feel like they're creating these genuine connections.
Yeah.
But if the physical attraction isn't there, then it won't work. Like we've never seen a couple on Love is Blind where you go, wow, one person is in an attraction level that the average person would say is above average, and the average person would say is below average. We've never seen those couples work on the show.
No.
So with that said,
I think so.
It's not that can't happen in real life or whatever. It's just that this show has not really provided that. And I think people are looking for who knows what, fame, a little bit of fortune from the show. And if you tell someone honestly too quickly that you don't want to be with them, then you don't get to go to Mexico. You don't get to go have more episodes. And they want that experience. And there's a lot of fame to be had now from Love is Blind, even if it's negative.
Oh, yeah.
It still gets you onto something else bigger and better than whatever you were doing.
It doesn't necessarily matter. Yeah.
So,
still
and at the expense of, a woman or a man or whatever in the story that is being rejected, it's tough for them. So I think it's a hard contestant pool to get these days as well. Like who wants to really go on that show? It's not a lot of people out there.
I think it's really tough. I think also casting in Ohio was the first challenge.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can only say this because I'm from Cincinnati. I needed to move out of Ohio in order to have the future that I wanted to have and in order to meet the kind of guys that I wanted to meet. Because when I grew up, if you didn't marry who you dated in college, like still the expectation was that you get married pretty soon after college.
Yeah.
Your dating pool just gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. And if you want to meet someone who has different ideals than what you're used to or what's the norm and where you've grown up, it's hard to find while you're still there. You have to expand. So a lot of these people, like, I'm blanking on her name, but the woman who was the doctor, we're the same age. And so I imagine her dating she's a liberal woman and trying to date in Ohio right now. Her pool is really small. If it's not even a kid's pool at this point,
It's extremely
it's like
red-pilled.
Barbie's pool in her playhouse.
Yeah.
So, it's a tough place that they were starting from.
You almost want to see a show where they take women of Ohio and bring them to like Southern California.
Yes.
There's a bigger pool and see what they can meet. You don't have to.
That'd be interesting.
You don't have to just keep all the.
Why do they all have to be from the tri-state area?
Right,
they don't
right.
have to be.
Right.
We've already met all of them.
Right. Like, let's just cast a good cast. We don't need to be so
It doesn't need to be so regional anymore.
We're not even in their city, really.
No, we're not.
Half the
they're
time
from
you're
all
in
over Ohio.
Half the time you're in a closed set with no windows. A quarter of the time you're in Mexico.
Yep.
And in the last quarter, they're in an apartment they don't even own
Columbus
in
or
wherever the
something,
hell they chose. So you don't have to. Let's just stop this nonsense.
Let's stop the nonsense. Zach also, you've said this, and I think it's a good idea. They need to start introducing options.
Yes.
Like they do for Love Island.
Yes.
Like apply some of the Love Islandness to Love is Blind.
Yes.
Clearly we know that love is not blind. So maybe after they get to Mexico, there's an option at one point where they can recouple.
Yes.
That would be interesting.
Imagine this. You get to propose to somebody, but that person may have been able to, at a certain time before the proposal happened, tick off a box for somebody else. That means that they get to go to Mexico. You don't know if that person's done that yet. So that person could say yes to you for a proposal, but also they've ticked a box that says that they are interested in this second person too, just in case.
Oh.
So it's like you don't really know, and it's kind of like a whole mystery. Then when you get to Mexico, it can be revealed. Did they select another person and they don't come out of the place? Or someone could be walking down the runway, like, holy shit, they did. Now they get to meet them and do like a one night hangout, like in a cabana kind of a thing, like a what's it in Love Island? What's it called? The
oh my God, what
not
hideout?
the fantasy suite, the hideaway.
No, hideaway.
Yeah.
Hideaway.
So you could have the hideaway.
Okay, this is a great idea. I do think it's going to be a different show, but
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea. Because then it's also so
welcome.
fun when they all get to meet and be like, "Oh, that's the guy that I was talking to," and that's what
Yeah,
I
we
thought.
should let them all meet each other.
Yeah, I think that's a fun part of the show. I love seeing that.
Yeah,
but
and
like
they
they
should-
never really recouple or anything at that point, even though it's obvious that the producers like want something interesting to happen at that juncture. But
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We have
Whatever.
new episodes actually today. We haven't watched it yet, but
oh my God,
there's new episodes. It's
there's
Wednesday.
so much TV right now, and I love TV, and I cannot keep up with everything. I only just finished the America's Next Top Model documentary yesterday.
You were
2
so
days
excited
ago.
to watch that.
And I was so excited about it for like a month, and I still couldn't finish it at the same time everyone else did.
We'll have to do a huge deep dive on that later,
Yeah.
but not today. But another show that we were watching, Neighbors.
Yes.
We're obsessed. I think we talked about that
We
last
talked
week.
about it, yeah.
The new
Neighbors is
episode
great.
is today or tomorrow, I think. I cannot wait.
No,
to
it comes
watch.
out on Fridays.
Friday. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Sorry.
I need
You
that
have to
show.
have another day.
Inject that in my veins. And then we also, a show that I watched that you did not watch was The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, or Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, or Seven. Whatever
That's
it's
how
called.
much he liked it.
Well, I don't know. It's a complex name.
I know.
The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, I think is what it's
Yeah.
called. Anyway, it's on HBO. It's from the same team, obviously, that did Game of Thrones. The first two episodes were tonally so different than what I was expecting. I'm so glad. I mean, I literally talked shit about it with my buddies. I'm like, this is so dumb. I can't believe they did this. I was like mad. But then I had been, one of my favorite podcasters, Mina Kimes, and some other people that I like were like obsessed with it. They kept watching. And I go, well, okay, I can't stop now. Let me just keep watching. And I'm so glad I did.
Yeah.
It is so good. I know you may come around to it potentially, but you guys, seriously watch it. If you liked Game of Thrones, you will love this. Tonally, it's a bit, they want to make sure you know you're watching something different. So get through the first hour, right? The first two episodes. And then it starts becoming more familiar, but with this tone that's a bit more relaxed and fun and heartfelt and not so always serious.
Yeah.
Which I like. But obviously it gets there too. So huge recommendation, A+. So excited for season 2. I haven't been this excited for season 2 almost in
Never in your life.
in years to be. There's
Yeah.
only 6 episodes and only 30-minute episodes.
Wait, it was only
It's only
6?
6 and only half an hour
I was
episodes.
driving by a billboard last night for the show, and it premiered January 18th, and I was like, wow, it's already been 8 weeks since then. That's what I was thinking in my head,
wow.
because I was like, it must have been, because you said you watched the finale, and I was like, well, it must have been an 8-episode first series, but no, it's only been 6
Yeah.
weeks.
So watch it.
Wow,
You
that's
guys,
short,
it's great. Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
And who is your favorite character?
Egg. You guys, watch it for Egg. This
Egg
kid
is so cute.
This kid is so adorable. I am obsessed with him. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he has like a 3-name, and he's so adorable. And he's like, I don't even pretend to do any accents, but he's just like, I don't like to swear, but I have to swear in the show. And it cuts
That's
to all of
actually
him
good.
times swearing, and he's saying all these funny, and he's just so sweet.
He's so
And when he got
cute.
it was like an over 6-month audition process.
I think it was like that for Stranger Things. Remember Millie Bobby Brown
Yeah.
said that?
Yeah.
It was like she kind of forgot it happened.
I mean, what a cat. Okay, Millie Bobby Brown, what a find. For
What a
Stranger
find.
Things. This kid.
The only person who
Yeah.
could be 11.
Yes. And then Egg, this kid is the same where you're like,
That's Egg.
wow.
That's
holy
Egg right there.
Shit. Yeah. Oh, he's so cute. I miss him already. I can't believe this show is so short. Can we please watch it together? It's so fun. Okay.
Okay.
Olympics. Should we talk a little Olympics and politics?
I don't really have a lot to say about the
Okay.
Olympics.
Well, I don't want to bore everyone.
I didn't really watch any of the Olympics aside from figure skating, long program women's.
Yeah.
That's it. Because I happened to be at the gym at the right time on a treadmill right in front of the TV. I feel bad that I didn't watch more, but I really love the Summer Olympics. So
Yeah, I know. And in 2 years, we'll be hosting them in LA.
And also, according to you, the only sport that the Winter Olympics had on was curling.
Pretty much. The amount of curling per sport, I think, is got to be some record. Like, I swear to God, like
curling per sport.
Well, yeah, like per sport hour of watching the Olympics.
Oh, like the
30%
hours of curling versus.
Yeah, like of the Olympics, 100% of watching, like 30% was curling. It's got to be. It's insane. They play so many matches.
Oh, I was happy that our speed skater won.
Oh yeah.
Well, she's not even ours, but she's dating one of the Paul brothers. I forget which one, but we watched that show.
Yeah,
I'm rooting for her.
From Amsterdam.
It was like her goal is like, I want to get a gold medal and then I can think about having kids.
Yeah, no, she was amazing. That Dutch team, she and her partner did really well too. But yeah, I think the Olympics, like, they're supposed to be really fun and non-political. They always are. And
it's hard for them not to be political.
Right.
For us.
It's just annoying that rooting for the USA is hard right now because it gets co-opted so quickly by people who don't really understand the spirit of the country.
Yes.
Kind of like with religion, where it's like co-opted by people who don't understand what the religion is that they're espousing. Is that a word? Espousing?
Yep.
And we saw it at the greatest level. By the way, I'm wearing my... This is
You're USA'd out.
So this is U.S. Women's National Team sweatshirt.
Hell yeah.
And I'm wearing my USA hat.
Yes, you are.
Super legit. Because I don't feel like one political party gets to be pro-USA. It's not how it works.
No, not at
but
all.
I'm so proud of the women who kicked ass and the men who kicked ass, who did it for themselves, for their country, for their family, for whoever it was. Being an Olympian is a huge accomplishment. I'm very proud of them. And I'm going to say something that may be controversial in this moment, but also the men's hockey team beating Canada is a huge deal. I'm super proud of them. They worked their tails off to be in the position to beat the best team in the world.
Yeah.
And they are now the gold medal champions. And they got co-opted by a political party. And it put themselves in this really sad position where it's going to be looked upon in not just today, but in the future as like a stain a little bit on their medal.
Legacy.
And it should never have been that. And that's what's so sad about where we are today.
Yeah.
And it makes, it's a bummer. However, they are NHL hockey players making millions of dollars. So honestly, who cares about them? You know?
It's a bummer. I also am just like, anyone who wins gold, you've spent your entire life dedicated to this singular goal and you made it happen. And that's amazing.
Even making it to the Olympics.
Even making it to the Olympics is
incredible.
So ridiculous. That kind of dedication, I'm just so inspired by and in awe of for all of these athletes. Now, what happened in the locker room, laughing with the president at women, I mean, I kind of think people just get swept up in like a social moment where they're not really thinking about it. Like, I could easily see myself accidentally doing that. 'Cause I was like, what else am I going to do? I'm riding such a high right now. Like, I barely even, my feet are not on the ground. So, like, in a way, I can see that where you're just like, shit, I just got like swept up in like the moment of whatever the hell weirdness is going on.
Are you going to knock the phone out of Kash Patel's hand? You know what I mean? Like, no,
that's not realistic.
It's not realistic at all. It is now going to the State of the Union to be a pawn. You could have said no to that. Say, hey, look, very happy that we got a chance.
Did they go?
A bunch of the players went.
Okay.
And they don't realize they're and to be fair about that. Well, it's fair. I know for a fact those guys are not very political.
Yeah.
They don't get it. Do they vote? Maybe. Are they registered to vote? I have no idea. But honestly, these aren't like people that understand really what they're going for. They think it's like, it's an honor. The president invited me. They're not actually.
And traditionally, yes.
Yeah, but even
historically,
then. But even then.
Mostly yes.
Right, but even then, it hasn't really happened a lot. So it's like
Where they've actually gone?
where they've been invited because it's
Oh.
like kind of it's co-opting Team USA is not for one president. You know what I mean? You can,
Yeah.
in the State of the Union is the president's speech. So it's one thing to go
Right.
to the White House.
Oh,
as
I
like
see what you're saying. I thought you meant going to the White House. Okay.
Yeah, going
I
to
see
the
what
White
you're
House
saying.
is like a tradition for sports for sure.
Yeah.
But to do the State of the Union is really like,
It's weird.
it is weird. Well, it's always used as you're being used politically as a chess piece.
Okay.
You know, like,
I mean, yeah, Trump's trying to collect anything that's going to make him look a little bit cool.
Yeah.
That's all he's trying to do.
Of course. So that was a bummer because because you don't want to make, I don't know. I'm sad about it. It was such a great moment. And then a lot of people who I follow, who I respect, were like, and friends of mine are like, I wish Canada would have won. You know what I mean?
I'm Canadian, part Canadian, so I also wish Canada would have won too.
But like that's like a sad thing to think about. Can you imagine? I mean, that's just not how we
that
should
sucks.
be in this country.
That's not really how I feel, like genuinely, like.
Right, but I'm like saying, but like then you don't get to have. I don't know. It's just a weird. It's
a weird time. Jinx.
I love you. Okay, let's move away from that. It's fun to talk politics and sports because that's what I love talking about.
Those are Zach's passions.
But
and if you follow him on Instagram, you know that.
Then you know that, absolutely. But let's get into what we think is one of the greatest first seasons of reality TV.
Genuinely.
And the finale of Vanderpump Rules
Yes.
was one for the record books.
So technically it is season 12 of Vanderpump Rules, but you really, if you haven't watched it yet, go into it treating it like a brand new show.
Absolutely.
Treat it like it's a new season of The Bachelor or something. You know, it's a new cast. You have to treat it entirely differently. Don't even wipe your memory. Keep all of your favorite memories of what you know Vanderpump to be and be like, okay, they graduated. They moved on.
Yeah, this is Saved by the Bell, the new class, okay?
But better.
Well, the old class got really long in the tooth.
Ooh, I mean, you said it before, they were saved by a scandal. We were like, are you kidding me? Like, we're coming back for another season. Like, This is not, it doesn't have it anymore.
Yep.
And there are some cast members from the old seasons that have been in fights with like new cast members online.
Oh, really?
I'm like, let it go.
Oh, I don't know that.
How about we let it go?
Well,
this isn't your territory anymore.
What was the name of this episode? Let's get into it.
Pride and Joy.
So it is Pride Day.
In West Hollywood. Pride in West Hollywood is like the biggest deal ever. It's so fun. It's such a joyous day. Have you ever been to the Pride Parade?
No, because it was too much traffic to get there.
Oh, well, I lived in West Hollywood for 4.5 years.
You lived on
so it was
Santa Monica, basically.
So easy. And I went several years. I think every year that I lived there, I went. So.
Did you ever go to Sir or the Abbey on Pride?
No, I never went to those places on Pride.
Okay.
It was more like go to the parade, go to brunch, not at Sir.
And there's always a big music act,
we would go
right?
to people's parties that we knew. Yeah. So it's so fun. It's the best.
Yeah.
So it's a really big deal because Venus, who works at Sir, he is hosting the Sir Pride Party. And he's come a long way from being a closeted kid in Texas. And for him, he's like, this is like my ideal future self.
Yeah.
That I finally am and I get to host this party at Sir. Like he feels like he's made it and it's so sweet.
It's really sweet. And he also has like a good little friend group too, I feel like. He's made a little family there, not just the staff there, but some other members of the community. And I'm just really happy for him.
Yes. And he says, I'm a freak when it comes to hosting parties. It needs to be gaga gay. But also, it needs to be lesbian.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny to me.
But he listed off like Gaga, Madonna gay. Like he listed off all of these.
Dolly
Parton gay.
No, that was funny. And then they're talking about drinks, like what to name the drinks.
Oh yeah.
And they had like a blue drink, and they wanted to call it what was
do
it?
you think Aquamarine is a good name for this cocktail? Is it gay at all?
I like that because it gave me Addison Rae.
Aquamarine.
Which I thought maybe that was like for the.
I thought it was cute. I love Aquamarine, but is it gay enough?
So then
Marcus tells us that he himself is actually 10% gay. Like,
we
of
learned
the
that.
gay scale. And then he goes, what if we change it to blue balls? And Natalie, who's the bartender, is like, oh my God, that's a great idea. Let me add 2 cherries.
Yeah, that was great.
And then Venus goes, can we get a drink called Butt Slut?
And then no one wanted to drink the butt slut. Butt
No
slut or
one
butt?
wanted-
I thought it was a different name, like
Butt Slut.
butt slut. Yeah, and then they were kind of like, who wants to drink butt slut?
It would be hilarious. I would love to order it. But also, wait, one of the drinks that they're making is a penis pumptini. Oh. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Because throughout the entire season, there's been this whole thing about a penis pump. And now they're fully just like owning it. So a penis pumptini.
But now I see why Venus is
good is that?
concerned. It's very gay and not enough lesbian. So
There isn't enough lesbian.
I don't know if we got any lesbian drink names from the episode.
I don't know.
There probably were that we didn't.
They
hear
didn't.
about.
They didn't share the lesbian drink names with us.
I won't come up with any on this podcast.
No, please don't.
But if they ever need any good name ideas, holler at your boy.
You're great at brainstorming things, but now I'm curious.
People
what your
don't.
ideas would
People
be.
don't expect me to be not safe for work, and so I can't break that.
Well, we were just saying butt slut, so there goes your safe out for work. So.
I didn't make that up.
I know, but we were repeating it.
Yeah, we're repeating.
So then we cut to Angelica's new apartment, and this is a big deal. Angelica is moving into her own apartment. She's been living with her ex-boyfriend while dating other guys for months, and like telling them or not telling them,
and hooking up with her ex-boyfriend.
and hooking up with her ex-boyfriend. So this is a big deal. Demi and Kim, who also work at SUR, come to visit, and they're recapping on the stand-up comedy show that their coworker Audrey just had the night before. And at the end of the previous episode, Audrey finishes her stand-up set by going in on Angelica. And it goes from like cute, and then you go, oh, is this like maybe a little bit too much? And Angelica says it felt like a personal attack at the end, and that a lot of the things that Audrey said about her are deeply rooted insecurities of her. And Angelica claims that Audrey knew that.
Right.
You know, I think it's partially true. I think Angelica throughout this season has played the victim a lot. She loves to name call. She loves to stir the pot. She loves to talk shit behind people's backs.
She likes to belittle.
She likes to talk shit in front of their backs.
She likes to belittle
people.
She
loves to belittle, and she really like takes advantage of that.
Yeah.
And if there is an opportunity for her to play the victim, she will do it.
Yep.
And this is a perfect example where it's not that difficult for her to play the victim because Audrey was making jokes about her.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like super mean. It was about her, and it was a joke about like her credit score being ruined from sharing this apartment with her ex, and that hurting her self-esteem, and using like Facetune. I mean, they were funny, but they were like, okay, whatever. But if it were about me and I were Angelica, I would also be like, okay, that was too much. And basically Kim and Demi say they think it's rude that Audrey didn't call Angelica to apologize for the jokes.
Right. That's what we had talked about last week, was just like, because people aren't accustomed to getting roasted, like if you're roasting a comedian, the comedian can roast you right back on the next set or whatever.
Yeah.
Or they can find things funny. But I think, when you're roasting like a friend or an acquaintance, it's going to be a little bit more personal.
Yes.
Because if you are the butt of the joke, you take it personally, that's on you to take it personally, versus you are a fictitious person. Like, you're not real, really. You're just, there's a joke being made about you. But
right.
If you weren't there, would it hurt?
Right.
If you were there and it hurts because people are laughing.
Yeah. And the crowd was really feeling the jokes too. Yeah. So I think that only added insult to injury. So then we cut to Chris and Jason's apartment, and Chris is cooking a meal that we find out is for Audrey. And in this scene, Chris and Audrey have one of their classic miscommunications.
Yes.
So Chris is trying to be more romantic for Audrey, when really what she wants is commitment. She doesn't even necessarily need the romance bit.
Yeah.
But he thinks, oh, I'm going to be romantic. I'm going to make her a chicken sandwich and fries and some mixed green salad. And La Marca Prosecco. So
Luxury
in Marina Del Rey. And I think like maybe if it were like week 2 that they were seeing each other, this would have worked.
Right.
And they sit down and they have just these conversations between them are so miscommunication that it's almost hard for me to transcribe because I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But all that Chris has to say about Audrey's performance, by the way, her stand-up, he said it was a little savage. That was his big review. That was it. Okay.
But he wasn't really crushed by it.
So. No. But he's like, he starts to say to her that their relationship feels fast in a good way. And when I hear that from a guy, I think, oh, we're moving too fast.
Right.
But what he means is that they've already experienced so much together and that seems fast because they also like work together and they hang out together. So already off the bat, it's confusing.
Yeah.
And Audrey asks what the expectations are for them for the summer because Chris has big plans to travel to Jersey, Europe, and maybe Bali.
Yeah.
So he's going to be gone for a couple months.
Yeah.
And
with Jason and
Jason's brother. Yeah. And Jason is his cousin. And so Chris is like, well, I want to hang out until I leave. And then I'm not really sure, like, being away from someone that long, that's a long time for me. And she's like, so you want to keep things open? He's like, well, I just want to hang out until then. And then if we meet, he what he cannot say is like, I want to hang out with you. Then like, let's leave it open for the summer. And then when I come back, let's hang out again. I think that's the arrangement that he would like. And he cannot say it.
Yeah. He wants his cake and eat it too. He wants basically to be as intimate and together as possible until the day he leaves. And then everyone's like, cool, see you in a few months.
And expect to have no attachment
and
whatsoever.
He can do whatever he wants without any guilt.
Yes.
That's what he wants to be able to do. Guilt-free.
It's a terrible situation to be in. It is not a good setup for a relationship at all.
Right.
And Audrey's thrown by this because the week that we just saw, like they were hanging out like a week ago at Tower 12. And he was saying that like he really wanted to get back together.
Right.
And she's like, I feel like I need to be put into a psych ward because he's completely lost the plot. I don't know what he's saying. And she's like so thrown by this that she's just like doesn't really know what to say. And at the end of their conversation, he's like, cheers to us figuring things out and enjoying our time together. Right. And she's like, unless we meet other people. And like, she's kind of sarcastic about it, but Chris like does not pick up on the sarcasm whatsoever.
And she complains after this date about her like 1 hour plus drive to come and like do this like awkward thing. Yeah.
And she like when she's talking to Parker and Mary Faith, that's when she talks about, she's like, then I have this hour-long drive home from Marina Del Rey. And I'm like, what just happened? Yeah. Like, why did I kind of just keep the conversation going? And that's some real shit right there. I would be the same way. An hour from Marina Del Rey is a lot of time to reflect. I would know because when Zach and I were first dating, I had that hour drive.
Probably the same exact. No, she lives in downtown now, right?
I don't know where they live.
Yeah, I think she moved closer to downtown, right? She
doesn't live. I don't know where they live, but
like Koreatown. I'm pretty sure she moved to Koreatown with them.
It takes an hour to get
anywhere
from Marina Del Rey. Yeah. Luckily, my reflections were much more positive during my hour drive.
Good.
Then the next scene, we have Marcus and Shane at a music store. Marcus is going to be the DJ for the Pride Party, so he's getting a mixed table thing for DJing. He wants one that's like a good intro.
Yeah, he wants like a beginner DJ mixing board that allows him to kind of slowly actually do what DJs do versus play a playlist.
Yeah, he's starting now, but he eventually wants to competitive DJ, is what he said. And Shane was like, oh, yeah, you want to be like a DJ in Vegas? Marcus is like, yeah. But these two have amazing conversations when they're together.
Yeah.
They have like really genuine, heartfelt, great conversations. And I feel like Marcus fully sees Shane and can give him really good feedback. And Shane is just so honest.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. So Shane tells Marcus that he's in a weird space with dating. And part of why it's so hard for him to commit is because he's like, well, what about all the other chicks?
Right.
And he tells us that he uses women the way that he used to use drugs.
Yeah,
He's been sober for a while now. And he did an experiment where he did 15 months of no dating and no sex. And he realized that the validation and the intrigue, he uses those as ways to avoid his emotions, similarly to how he used drugs. And Marcus is like, you need to find that one, like a middle ground, which is like that one special girl, and she gives you like all of the validation that you need. And something that I love so much about Kimberly is that anytime something good happens to me, I can call her and she's so excited for me and she's championing me. And like, you can get that from a person. And I just feel like Shane doesn't really know that that's possible, or is afraid that he'll still feel like he's missing out in ways.
Yeah, and also he's just not ready yet to make that be the priority. To say I feel good about something and having that validation from that isn't quite yet actually a strong enough feeling for him,
right?
Because it's not the right person. Because when you get the validation from the right person, not from the sexual contact, let's say, that's when it shifts. But it's really the person makes you feel that way. It isn't just the act of it, right? It's the actual human being you're sharing that with. And he hasn't met that person for a variety of reasons. One of them is that he just isn't quite ready for it.
Yeah.
And that person maybe has existed in his life or has not. But when the right person it's not Angelica in my mind.
Well, he reveals that he is still interested in Angelica, even though I applauded the way he broke up with her in Paso Robles.
It's so weird that he does feel that way towards her too, because you would think that maybe if it was someone like an Audrey or someone who maybe like pushed back on him and was like not interested, that he'd be like, oh man, I really want that person back in my life because like he wants that validation.
Yeah.
But like Angelica basically is like, yeah, if you want me, you can have me.
I know.
And that's not that.
I know.
And most guys or girls like don't want that
That's
person.
not that
that's
interesting.
Like, yeah.
Well, maybe that is what Shane needs. I don't know.
Well, I think Shane likes the simplicity of that a bit.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, great. We can do that then.
Yeah.
Because you want that. Great.
Yeah.
I can do that too. Versus
Right.
being like the ambiguous what's happening.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Then we
let's
cut
keep
to
going.
Audrey's apartment. This is when she talks to Parker and Mary Faith, and Mary Faith pops up out of nowhere. And Parker's like, whoa, where did you come from? She's like, I teleport in the morning.
Yeah, she totally did. She's like, I was just on a horse 3 seconds ago.
She's so cute. I love her. And Parker goes, she's breaking up with Chris today. Thank God. So that's the big play. I mean, Audrey looks so pissed this whole scene. She's just like, I've got to break up with him. I don't, it's been 8 weeks and he made a sandwich for me.
Yeah.
That's all he did. That's it. That's as romantic as it's ever going to get with Chris.
Yeah.
Ooh, and sometimes you do see that, especially with the Chris's.
Let's fast forward to Pride Day.
Well,
let's get to Pride. Are we there?
Here we are.
Oh, great. Okay.
And now it's Pride at Sir.
Yay.
Everyone arrives. The girls are all wearing their string bathing suits.
Maybe the ugliest bikinis
designed by
I've ever seen
Angelica.
And these girls are gorgeous. They have great bodies.
Yes.
And these bikinis are horrifying. I'm sorry. No one looks good in it except for
who?
I don't know.
It just smushes the boobs weird. It's like just weird parts of your body are out and weird parts are.
Maybe Natalie looked good in it. I would say Natalie
looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I think they all like are more deserving of like just like a regular bikini top instead of like these strings all over them.
Yeah,
and they
like
all
these little
all decided to wear like shorts and little skirts over top,
Thank
which
God.
I think was a health code violation if they didn't. So
Yes.
yeah. They're all in their swimsuits. Angelica's talking to Natalie about how Audrey hasn't reached out to apologize and clearly she doesn't care. So like we know Angelica's like really stuck on this for this shift.
Yeah.
And Venus points out in a confessional that Angelica has made fun of Jason a million times in a million different ways, but like clearly can't take it. Like she's a person who cannot see what she's doing. Angelica also says that she feels like she meets a new Audrey every time she sees her, and she's figured it out. Audrey's only 22 and her frontal lobe hasn't fully developed.
Wow.
I love when people start saying like these internet phrases as like, you think that you just invented that. Like, I know that you just saw someone say that on TikTok and now like you're just regurgitating that. I do it. That's how I know. But
Well, what I thought was funny about that was like, that's what Audrey was saying about Angelica.
no, they both say that about each other. Yeah, you're so right.
It's like, I feel like I meet a new Angelica every time. I feel like it's like, okay, maybe you're just not meant to be friends, like that close of friends.
Right. And that's okay.
And that's okay.
And Audrey's really sad that she has to break up with Chris when he looks hot because he's wearing like her ideal outfit, which is just like a tiny little Speedo and cowboy boots.
And he has like a mustache, like a handlebar
mustache. He and Jason are wearing these tiny, what do they call it in Australia? Budge smugglers, or what do you call it? Something.
What do I call it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But maybe it's a nickname that my mom came up for. I forget. But Angelica also provided the bathing suits for the boys. And she's like, why do they expect me to know their size when they pump it up anyway? Like, she cannot help herself. Yeah. Oh my God, she's so annoying. But she thinks she's being like so clever. Anyway, Lisa arrives to the Pride party. And we learn in the confessional why pride is so important to Lisa. And she says that she knew her nephew was gay when he was 3 or 4. And so she could see that in him. And she always bought him like My Little Pony toys, which I think is really sweet. And she said, maybe I can't do that for every little boy, but I can throw them a party in their honor. Yeah. For every little kid who maybe cannot be honored while they're growing up. But
I love that about Lisa. I mean, Lisa is an icon.
Sweet. I love Lisa.
I don't know her at all, and I hope that she's not actually evil somewhere.
I don't think she is. I really don't think so.
But that kind of personality who thinks like that, it's just like, that's what you want. You want like a benevolent rich woman or rich man to act like that and to like just go, hey, you know the people who are struggling the most? Like, let's make sure they feel the most safe and are celebrated as often as possible because they're not. So why not? And it doesn't hurt anyone by celebrating them.
Yep.
So good for her. And she was way ahead of her time.
Oh, she's been way ahead of her time. And she's now a fixture in the gay community for this very reason. Yeah. So then Marcus does a great job of hyping up Venus for Venus to do his big intro. And Venus says, it's taken a long time for me to be free and to accept who I am without judgment. Pride is about living in a future without stigma, and we can be proud to be ourselves. And he just gives this great speech, and I was so happy for him because he talked a lot in the last episode about like, I wish that I knew growing up, and I've also said this before, I felt this when I moved to West Hollywood, when you're growing up somewhere else and you feel like you can't be your full expression. Yeah. When I got to West Hollywood and when Venus got to West Hollywood, he said, I wish that younger me knew that there was a place like this where I could just be free to be myself. And now he gets to host this party for Pride. It's amazing. I love it so much.
It all starts to fall apart out in the back alley. You want to go into that into the end?
Yep. So, Shane and Angelica speak, and all you need to know is that Angelica's fine with Shane wanting to date her again, and they kiss. That's it. It's really not that interesting.
Very fine. And LAX boy.
Yeah.
She is dating some other guy already. She's like, no big deal, whatever.
She picked up from LAX. But Natalie had a performance, and she was so good.
And Natalie sang. She was awesome.
The guys didn't do their choreo that they learned in the last episode, but that's fine.
There was no space.
There was no space for choreo. So first, Audrey talks to Chris outside Sir.
Yeah.
And she says, I appreciate the gesture that you did, but when you were saying you wanted to get to know me, there was always a but.
Yeah.
It was a little confusing, and I'm sorry I didn't say that in the moment. I wish I said that. That is not what I want.
Yeah.
So they have a breakup conversation that Chris still does not understand.
Yeah, he doesn't really get it.
Like, they have to go back and forth so many times, and eventually, he's like, I don't want to lead you on. And she's like, but you are. And he's like, but I'm being honest with you. And Audrey said, but you're contradicting yourself. And Chris says, I'm not 100%. And she says, great, then I'm going to find somebody who is.
Yeah. Boom.
And she's sad. Like, she's really sad about this. She goes to the back, and then Parker tries to like hype her up. Like, it's Pride. Come on, girl.
Yeah. And then she has to deal with Angelica.
And then frickin' Angelica
Who's
is like, have you noticed that Audrey hasn't tried to talk to me all day? She hasn't said hi to me. I need to talk to her. So then she pulls her into the back of Sir again, because that's where you have your serious conversations.
And it's basically Angelica looking for an apology from Audrey, who is emotionally drained and is
She's sitting there like, it was a joke. It's a stand-up.
Yeah.
And in the preview, I thought that Audrey was being bitchy. Like, they cut it that way.
Right.
But then watching it, I'm like, she has nothing left to give.
Right.
She just broke up with someone and hasn't even told anyone else aside from Parker that it just happened.
Yeah.
So Angelica has no idea. And she just keeps going in and going in and going in. And eventually, Angelica's then... what she wants to get out of Audrey, she's not getting. She's not getting the fight. She's not getting anything. So eventually goes, you're a pick-me and you're a shitty friend. You traded me for a guy. You guys won't make it through the summer.
Yeah. I was like,
well, you're right, because they just broke up.
didn't like Marcus, who came out and heard
It
the
was
line
like-
about pick me? Because then it was like, no, she's not. I was like, wait, who's here now? And it was
I think it was Marcus, and then like Jason also came to her defense.
yeah, and then it becomes this
And then
huge like
the whole
everyone.
entire gang is
It's
out
like
there.
it's like I don't know if you know the what the Royal Rumble is, but in
I don't.
wrestling, the Royal Rumble is like everyone wrestles basically each other, and they all go in the ring, and the last one standing wins. All of a sudden, it felt like the Royal Rumble. Everyone's outside now in this huge argument between
Yes.
Angelica and Audrey.
And the thing is, like, everyone's going to team up against Angelica. Like, no one's really on her side. And then Lisa comes out and she's like, you guys, come on. It's Pride.
We're
Let's
all a
have
family.
fun. We're all a family. Let's have fun. And the editors clearly do not know how to end the episode. Like, I think there was a lot more there to work with,
Yeah.
but they were running out of time or something.
For sure.
Because then it just cuts to Lisa buying everyone shots. And she's like, well, it's Pride. Come on.
Yeah, it's like slow-mo, everyone dancing together after this like crazy outdoor fight
Yes.
sequence. But also like how much it probably was just the same thing on repeat by
Yeah,
Angelica
you're
and
right.
Audrey over and over again.
Oh
Like,
my
it's
God,
like, okay,
yeah.
let's get
No,
out of
you're
here.
totally right.
Who cares? And they're all dancing. It's slow-mo. They're all smiling. Audrey seems like she's having fun. And
I hope they kept filming for a couple of days after that. And maybe that's where the next season will pick up.
Interesting, yeah. Well, then we get a little glimpse of the reunion,
Yes.
which is going to be a two-parter.
Whew.
And that's going to be interesting.
I'm really curious to see how that plays out, because they filmed their reunion kind of a while ago. It's right? Didn't they film it like before these last episodes came out?
All I know is that this will be the first time in their lives that they will have been able to watch themselves on TV. All the online, vitriol
Yep.
and applause.
Brutal.
And then be able to talk to each other about it
Yeah.
in this way. It's going to be very interesting to see. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of hurt feelings
Yeah.
and a lot of like sensitive people on that. Mm-hmm. There we go.
But round of applause for this season. Round of applause for these servers.
So who's your server of the week? We're not going to do a
sip on this?
A sip on this. We'll do a sip on server of the week.
My server of the week is
One,
Venus.
two, I was going to do like 1, 2,
Oh,
3.
sorry. Sorry.
Of the week.
Server of the week. 1, 2, 3.
Marcus.
Venus. Whoa. Marcus is a surprise.
It's the first server of the week for him.
That is for the whole season.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think he really stepped up
He
big
did.
time as a friend, as a voice of reason for the whole group,
Mm-hmm.
as a person who wants to create less drama and maybe have more comfort and more family, friendship, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's made some very interesting choices throughout the whole season. I think he's, whatever, but I think he has grown a little bit from the show.
He's getting more confidence in himself. I think like the DJing is honestly helping.
Yeah, having a hobby. I think also him wanting to be a dad. That sounds crazy, but
I think that's helping him grieve the loss of his parents.
yes.
And
So
move
it's interesting.
forward.
I think it'll be cool to see what happens to him next. But yeah, I think he's been a really good friend.
I think so too.
Especially to Shane,
Shane.
obviously. But he's been the voice of reason, so he's
The surprising voice of
Surprise,
reason.
yeah.
You never know who's going to do what role each person is going to fill week
All
to
right,
week.
Give us your Venus.
My server of the week is Venus. I'm really happy for Venus and proud that Venus got to host Pride. He just had such a vulnerability all season that I thought was really beautiful and admirable. And also he's hilarious. And I just can't wait to see his star rise.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. He's such a star. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, we already seen him on Andy Cohen.
He did not know what to do on that show.
He did not know what to do, but I'm excited to see him after everything airs.
He will blossom.
I think he'll blossom too. Yeah. He's a kid. He's a child.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for listening to this recap and I guess more traditional
episode. Yeah.
So thanks everyone. It's been a great season of recapping Vanderpump Rules, which we were so excited to do for y'all. And our big reveal, our big drum roll, our big next recap show we're going to do is
The Bachelorette, featuring Taylor Frankie Paul. A perfect combination of my interests. I'm fascinated with all of my Mormon girls, and the fact that she is going to be the Bachelorette will be really interesting. I'm excited for them to break out of their tradition of someone from the previous season. Like, this will reach a wider audience, and I'm really excited.
And in case you guys were wondering, we are not really that big of Bachelor Nation fans. We thought the show kind of got a little stale. We are huge Love Island fans. Mm-hmm. That show has all the juice and all the interesting people and all the great production and plot twists and turns. But we're excited to go back into the Bachelor world and see what ABC has to offer us.
They better bring it, ABC.
They better.
Come on.
It'll be probably the highest.
No blurring
rated.
out butts. Come on.
Well, they'll blur out butts and they'll put giant black bars over things. But it's going to be a great season, I think, The Bachelorette. And we're excited to bring it to you guys every week.
Yep. Thank you all so much for listening. Please be sure to like, subscribe, share, leave a review if you feel so inclined. We love you and we appreciate you.
All right. Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.